And my last guest on the first episode of Entertainment Braimer Sports Podcast is one of the funniest guys I know. He's also one of the most hardworking guys I know. So hardworking, I even added a clip to give you guys a snippet of what this guy's all about. Y'all check it out.
I'm from Norfolk State University. I'm part of the NASCAR Drive for Diversity Pit Crew Developmental Program. I played outside linebacker, and I will be the best. Perseverance. It means a lot to me because life is obstacles. Yeah. And in this sport, you're going to see plenty of obstacles. We never can guess what can happen. You never can guess what can happen in life. Yeah. So I'm going to bring the lessons that I've learned in life to NASCAR. I see myself on a cup level, on a team and doing well. I'm different because I would spend a night here if need be to work on my indexes. I would come here on my days off. I do whatever it takes to be the best because somebody's the best right now and I want to be better than him.
Now, without further ado, please welcome to the show my guy, Ernest Holden. My guy, man, how you been, man? What's up with you?
You already know what time it is, man. I'm chilling, man. Another day, another dollar. I'm just glad you got the time for me today.
I appreciate you for stopping by, man. I mean, I know you're pretty busy. Where you at right now?
Right now, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I got a race tomorrow in Kentucky, man.
Really? I seen y'all had one last week in Indianapolis, right?
Yes, sir. Hey, I tell you about that, man. They had a guy get hit out there. So it shows you, I think he broke his leg, man. It's dangerous, man. I know it's dangerous, man. The pit stall, they like this. So, I was sweating a little bit out there.
Only the strong survivor out there, huh?
Hey, it's just like when we played football, baby. Survival of the fittest.
I feel you on that. But, man, so you working with the NASCAR Pit Crew Development Program. Talk about how you even got into that and how you've been liking it so far.
Well, I enjoy it, man. I love it. I can't get enough. Like I said, that's why I grind every day, regardless if we have a race or if we don't. But how it started, man, honestly, I had a friend named Lamar. He was in town. I was honestly sitting on the couch at the house. I didn't know what was going to happen next, man. I was just like, man, I got to figure something out. So, I met with him. He was like, man, you know what? I think you'll be good at the sport. So what they do is the developmental program, it hosts combines at colleges. And being, from Norfolk State, we was going to have one there. So I literally trained, man. I ran all week. and literally the day of, I go out there. I'm at the gym. There was nobody there. I said, man, what's going on, man? So I called the coach. He says, man, they got canceled. So with me being the guy that I am, I says, no matter where it's at tomorrow, I'm going to show up. So I literally, it was at Virginia State. So I literally drove my pickup truck, half a tank of gas, man. And literally, when I got about 10 miles away from Virginia State, my truck broke down on me, man. So I Ubered from the Burger King, made it to that. Hey, I got something to eat while I was there. But yeah, so I did that combine, which is, it's called the regional. But it's like about 30, 40 people there. So I made it. I made the cut. I was the only one that made the cut out of there. Then I made it to the Nationals, which was held down in Charlotte. So once I did that, I think they took about 6 or 8 of us from the national combine. So I did a good job there, and he took me on. So after that, they train you for 6 months, and then they basically send you on to the track to get your experience. You're gonna get live experience early. You can't simulate, the hundreds of thousands of people sitting there. You can't simulate that pressure. That pressure different when your job is on the line, baby. You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask you about was there any difference with the preparation to prepare for NASCAR? You're a tire carrier dealing with the tires versus like football, how we train, the weight train, the condition. How was the preparation?
Well, I say it's a similar mentality. If you're a grinder, I don't care what sport you're in. You're gonna figure out what to do. So with us, obviously being a tire carrier, what I do is I work on my indexes a lot. Obviously that's not football, so I would go out there and I'll do 20 to 30 indexes a day, just trying to get the muscle memory. Because, but the thing it is, football, footwork, it correlates. So, certain steps. That's why we try to get athletes now, because we know that, slimmer guys, smaller guys that can be tire changers, like cornerbacks, receivers. They got good, they're used to using their hands, jamming people and all that.
Right.
Bigger guys like myself, like the linebackers, the defensive ends, they make us tire carriers, because we know how to bend the corner, to get. So the same thing as getting in front of the car. You got to bend that corner with the tire, and you slant the index. Jackmen are normally quarterbacks, or they're just taller guys, 6'4", 6'5". So, training-wise, you hit the weights. I run every day. Because like I said, I've been at tracks, man. It's 95, 100 degrees every week. You got a fire suit on, and, that could take it to 120. So you sweating a lot. So your conditioning is you got to make sure you run a lot, man. You got to be in that kind of shape. So like I said, it correlates to football. It correlates to a lot of sports, though. As long as you in shape, you got the mentality to get better every day, you're going to figure everything out.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, I personally can't even imagine with the fire suit on, because we already had to deal with the pads in football. So
yeah, that fire suit is hot. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a couple of tracks, man. I had to, I seen 2 or 3 when I was looking at one person. You know what I mean? So it gets hot. I'm looking for the water cooler, man.
Yeah, man. You probably know where I'm about to go next with the whole Bubba Wallace new situation.
Yeah, I knew we'd get there eventually.
Yeah, I wanted to get into how was the mood before because you was at the race. I even seen you posted a picture with "I Stand with Bubba" captioned on your Instagram. I wanted to talk about how the mood was before the race and after the race, and pretty much even leading up to getting there. How was it being around that environment?
Well, the thing about the environment is, you just have to adapt to any environment that you're in. Like I said, the one thing I like about Bubba Wallace is, he's emphasizing unity. You know what I mean? No matter what kind of controversy he's dealing with, he's always love over hate. And one of the things that I loved about it was, when all the drivers, walked with him. Being the type of sport that this is, because of past, circumstances and how they are, in the past, it's good to see, really that the sport's getting a lot of attention. It's on ESPN more. It's being talked about more. There's more people talking about it, so it's trending. And like I said, you got guys like Dr. Dre that just endorsed them. So, like I said, it's always love over hate. Normally when I'm out there, it's been a positive environment, amongst the crews. And I haven't really dealt personally with any, negativity or anything like that. But like I said, I love what he's doing. I love, the direction that the sport's headed in. It's more, people, African Americans, they want to feel welcome at the track. You know what I mean? So, we see things like the Confederate flags waving around. Some people feel uncomfortable about that. So, I like that more African Americans are, starting to take notice of the sport. A lot of people honestly didn't even know that we even had an African American driver. You know what I mean? So I love what he's doing, and I love, the positivity. That's what he's about. He's not trying to disrespect anybody personally at all. He's all love over hate, which, I feel like, the world needs more love and less hate.
With only him being the only Black NASCAR driver in the sport, to have him have his platform and speak up, and have obviously the Confederate flag ban, which was pretty huge, and just him like you said, believing in being strictly on unity, and just also bringing that to the sport, because I feel like I wasn't there at the time. Well, I even watched that race too. It was pretty good.
I'm glad you watched it, man. I'm glad you had the time. I know you're a busy man.
Nah, man. I ain't doing nothing, pretty much just staying in the house, man. I'm chilling. I ain't really that busy, but you probably the busy man.
Literally every weekend, man. I'm in a different city, in a different state. It gets tiring, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it, but I sleep 3 or 4 hours a day. Because like I said, I train. We got practices. You travel. You could be in the West Coast today, East Coast tomorrow. Those type of things. So it's definitely tiring. Dealing with the time zones, and you got to constantly get after it. Because like I said, it's like any sport. It could be next man up. You got to have the hunger that you can take somebody else's spot.
Absolutely. And how they handling the virus, when y'all travel, and what they do with the protocol?
Well, the protocol-wise, we're required we take tests when we get to the track. We have to, we fill out, they send out an email, basically. You have to, tell them if you have any symptoms or, if you don't. We're required to wear masks automatic, covering your nose and mouth and things like that. But from what I've been hearing, we haven't really had a major issues, when it comes to that. They're doing a good job with that.
I'm glad that they're taking necessary steps and a proper protocol to make sure everybody's safe. That's first and foremost, most important thing but then just even being out there. So that's great to hear. I know you a Raiders fan.
Oh yes, die hard.
How like that Vegas move and what they did in the draft? How you feeling about your team this upcoming season?
Well, I seen a new stadium in person, so and like I said, I'm old school though. I love that Oakland. I love that environment. I used to go to a game every year, so I'm hoping that we can at least we can keep that environment in Vegas. Like I want to get there. I hope the crowd's rowdy. I want all that. We got we got one of the roughest fan bases in the sport. But drafting wise, I love John Gruden. I was always a fan of Gruden. I love he's old school. Even with the cornerbacks, being a former cornerback himself and stuff, he bump and run, baby. We gonna they gonna get in there and they gonna jam you up. But I love he's like he finds a lot of diamonds in the rough. We had guys last year that guys they should have got picked in the 4th, 5th round out there leading numbers from rookies. I think every rookie that we drafted led their category for a rookie. So he's like an evil genius. When we first gave him that large contract, they were like, "Oh, what they doing?" You know what I mean? But they're heading in the right direction, man.
Like y'all drafted well and got the right pieces to like be a sleeper team in the NFL that nobody's talking about right now. So yeah.
Matter of fact, the first game of the season is in Charlotte, so I plan on being there. If they got fans in there, I'm gonna have my Raider flag. I'm gonna have my jersey. My old school Alzado jersey.
Yes, sir.
Black and white Chuck Taylors on. You know what time it is.
Yes, sir. We already know, man. I appreciate you stopping by, man. It's always love seeing you. I appreciate what you're doing for the sport, too. Keep it up, man.
Man, I appreciate you having me, man. It's all love over here.
My guy, Ernest Holden.
All right, baby. You take it easy, man.
All right, big dog.
All right.
That concludes the first episode of Entertainment Braimer Sports Podcast. I want to give a big shout out to my guests that joined the show with me today. My brother, Tobias Bass, Isaiah Man James, and Ernest Holden. Please make sure to like and comment on the 3 videos as well as subscribe to the podcast's YouTube page. And also follow the podcast's social media pages on Instagram and Twitter. We'll be back next week with episode 2, ladies and gentlemen. So until then, stay safe and see you next week.